Well, good morning, everybody. It is officially time to start our Zoom property tour. This is our national Zoom property tour. We do these every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And we're so excited today to have a team, a husband and wife team of investors on today. This will be their first time on our property tour. So super excited to introduce them. Again, we do these every Saturday. And I will mention this, next Saturday is Thanksgiving Saturday, and we are going to take a break next Saturday, let everybody spend time with their families and friends. So we won't be on next Saturday, but the Saturday following, which I believe is December 3rd, we'll be back on, and we'll be coming from the East Coast. We'll have a featured investor from there. So join us then, bring a guest. But again, welcome everybody, welcome. So we are national community investors, and we love to feature members or community members from across our country. And today we're coming from all the way out from Salt Lake City, Utah. And we have got Ines and Neffy on today. Let's go ahead and get them out if we can. If you guys want to go ahead and share your screen, that would be great. Neffy, you could go ahead and share your screen. That would be fantastic. There you go. We just need your audio.
Hello.
Hello, we hear you. Hi, guys.
Hello. How's everybody?
We are wonderful. We are wonderful. You guys are all bundled up like it might be a little chilly outside.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it's
It is
cold
chilly.
outside. It's kind of little snow still.
Little snow. That's great. Well, we won't make you stay outside too long, but again, I'm so excited you guys are out. I've been following you guys and just kind of watching what you've been doing. And I was so excited when Ines accepted and said, hey, we'd love to be on the property tour. And so we got you guys out. You both have such infectious smiles, and you guys are just, this is just fantastic. And we get to share your fix and flip today there in Salt Lake City. So, these property tours for not only for Ines and for Neffy, these property tours are, a lot of times we have a lot of guests on who are coming out and checking out the community. They're checking out a property tour. They're thinking about, should I do real estate investing? Maybe they're already an investor, but they want to be a part of something bigger. They want to be a part of a community. They want support. They want mentorship. They need education. They want to grow their business. And then again, we've got first-time guests on who've never been on before. So we always like introducing you guys and letting you tell us a little bit about your story, and then talk about a little bit why you guys wanted to become investors. And then the really important thing, that's all important, but the really important thing is, why did you decide to become a part of our community? I'm here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. You're there in Salt Lake City. We've got my co-host on, Yas Hawk. She's out in the DC market. Okay. We got people on from Mexico, from New York, from Michigan, from all over the country, from Washington, the state of Washington. So we're a national community of investors. Talk to us a little bit about, what you guys were doing before you found our community, and why you became investors.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to start. My name is Ines, and originally from Mexico. And so my background is being a teacher, a preschool teacher for over 10 years, making 20 grand a year. So a friend of mine invited me to see this community. And when I saw the community, I saw how this community can change my life. And so I saw how could I pay my mortgage in 5 years instead of 25 years? Because by that time, when my friend invited me to the community, I had my mortgage for 25 years. So I decided to join the community, and here I am today. Yes.
Yeah. And I guess for me, it's just my wife's always been looking for a way to be better, to improve our economy, because we used to have an 8 to 5 kind of jobs before. And one of those things, it's just you don't have much time for the family. You're either working or you're either just at home doing nothing. So we wanted to do something better. I've been doing construction for quite a bit. But Ines, she always had that dream to do something else. She always like, we gotta do something else besides just have a paycheck. And we finally found it. And real investing is one of the things we really enjoy. Because I've been doing it for a little bit just on the construction side. But she's the brains. She does all the numbers, she does all the finding, and I basically take care of all the construction. And it's been fun. It's been fun. It's one of the things I really enjoy is to see a project coming in, to find a house and to make it a lot better. And usually we improve a lot more all the community around it. There's a few houses. Oh, you bought this house. Oh, I'm so grateful you guys bought this house. It's been kind of like the eyesore on the little town. But it's been make it look good, make it look great. People love it.
Well, those are awesome stories. It is so good to get to know you and share a little bit about you with the folks on today, because you know you guys are going to resonate with a lot of people. Inez is a school teacher. You're working in construction, and you guys are trying to get ahead. You're trying to improve your life, and you found the community. And from what I heard from Inez, you just love the support and just what the community could do for your guys' life. And so getting started with the community and getting connected and all that, did you guys, like when you first got started, did you go ahead and start doing a deal right away, or did you take a little bit of time, or how did that work for you?
I took a little bit of time, like about a year, because my main thing, it was pay my debts. I own my car. I have a hospital bill and my mortgage. And so when I found this community, I started studying how to do those things. And so in 11 months, I paid my car, I paid my hospital bill, I paid a credit card, and I paid my mortgage. And so, yeah, it was my focus. After that, after I finished, what my main focus was, then I will start to focus in real estate, to buying houses and flip them. So yeah, it took me, I
That's
guess.
incredible. That's incredible. And again, just what you guys are sharing today, you're going to resonate with a lot of people, because a lot of people out there have a lot of credit card debt. They've got car loans, they've got student loans, they've got mortgages, and you were able to really focus in and make a huge change and reduce a lot of your debt very quickly, weren't you?
Yes, exactly. It was amazing when I told my husband about the community, that I want to join the community, and he was like, "It's a fraud. They're gonna just take your money and blah blah." And I was like, "What money? I don't have that money. So what are you talking about? We don't have that money. So I'm gonna join the community no matter what." But after these 11 months, when he saw what we did to eliminate those debts and everything, he was like, "Oh my gosh, this thing is working. This is really awesome." It was like magic, but it was not magic. It's just numbers and knowledge. So
Numbers and
yeah,
knowledge.
exactly.
That's
So
awesome.
then is when he decided to support fully. He was still supporting me, but it wasn't like really, he wasn't there like a fully. He's just like, "Okay, just do whatever, but don't bother me. Don't tell me later on somebody took your money or whatever." And so I'm like, "Okay, don't worry about it. I'm a hardworking lady and I can handle it." So when he saw that after 11 months, he was like, "Oh my gosh, this thing is really good." So now he's not working for a construction company, any company. Now he's working for our own company. We have two business company right now, and he handles those business, so he can do whatever he wants now. I mean, yeah, we have people who we subcontracting them and do their most of their job, and he does other parts. So yeah.
Wow. What a change. That's incredible. And And so, you know, a lot of times, and I love how you shared that. I mean, how depth you went into about how he was like supportive, but kind of at a distance. And then all of a sudden saw what you were able to get accomplished is like, oh my gosh, this, this is awesome. Like, I need to get involved more. I need to be, and now he's running your businesses. He's not working for a construction company. And so what a great story. So let's talk about this deal. Let's talk about this fix and flip. So you're in a suburb of Salt Lake City, correct?
Yes, we are in, yeah, we're in Salt Lake City. We're in Kern City.
Okay. And you guys talk a little bit about how you found this deal, like how you
Okay.
came across this deal.
Yeah, I have so many wholesalers on my list, and they send me like about, I don't know, maybe 11 to 12 deals a day. And sometimes I just look at them, and when I see the good deals, and so I will call them and ask them when is the what through day, and so about information. I ask them information about the house, the property, and so I saw this one. It was like a smoking burn house, and I was like, okay. I called the wholesaler, and I came to see the house. Since with this marketing going down, I knew there's so many people that would be afraid to get into this kind of deal. So, but when I came to see it with the knowledge that I got with this community, that helped you not to be afraid if the economy go up or down. So we make money in down economy, we make money in up economy. So it doesn't matter. So it's numbers, it's knowledge and numbers. So I came to see this property and I was sure it was my property. I saw other investor came around. You know, when it's a wholesaler deal, there's a lot of people come to see the house. We came to see the house. And so I asked him my numbers and everything. I don't know. I knew nobody would want the house because it was so ugly. So it was an ugly house, and I was like, I'm so glad that I don't know. I knew that she's like, and I said my offer, and he was like, okay, I'll let you know tomorrow. And then he called me the next day, like, guess what? You got a house, and like that. Pretty much, I almost saw him. I knew that. So so then we came. I got the money, and so. And that's how we got this house. That's how we found it. It's a wholesaler deal.
Awesome. And so you you focused in, this was a distressed house, and you felt and
Oh yeah.
knew that a lot of people
We
would
actually
not be
assume,
interested in it because it was
we
distressed.
assume,
And so you were able to put an offer, and we will share the numbers here toward the end of our property tour so everybody can see kind of what the numbers look like. And so you got the property under acquired, and you were able to evaluate the area. It looks like this is in like a little community or subdivision area.
It's really close to Salt Lake City. It's about 15, 20 minutes to downtown, but it's like they call it Kern City. So Kern City, West Valley, Kearns, West Jordan, South Jordan. So it's just Salt Lake Valley. But yeah, we're still in Salt Lake Valley. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, do you want to go ahead and start taking us through the property?
Yes, let me show you outside. This is how the neighborhood looks. It's a really quiet neighborhood. And so this is the house. When I came to see this house, there was paper on the doors, and the front door and the back door that saying, and the garage door saying the city, like don't go in it. Just like, because nobody was allowed to go in the house. That our garage door was closed. Now we cannot, it was closed. Now we cannot close it. We open it and we cannot close it back because it's damaged so bad. And it was full of garbage. This garage that you see right here is empty, but when we came to see it, there was no room that you can go inside and sit in the garage. So
like apparently people were like staying inside the house
in the
and
garage.
in the garage, and homeless people, they made a little hot inside the garage. It was kind of interesting. We're like, yeah, it's not something we haven't seen, but it was pretty bad.
Yes, it was. So then it was 2 months garbage on the garage, and it was full, and there was a little shed right there. It was full of garbage too. So garbage all around the yard. So we got 4 dumpster of 44 pounds, 40, it's a 4 pounds, no, 40 pounds, right? 40 yards and with 4 pounds, so 4 tons of garbage, and it was over. So we just the garage and the house. So this is the back entrance. So when we came to the house, this is not how this was look. This was the kitchen. It was burned. As you can appreciate right here, there's still these things right here. It got burned, and those a few things, but it was a weird burn. So when I came to see the house, I knew that the rest of the house, like the bone of the house, like you can see the framing is not burned at all. So the kitchen, everything in on the exterior was burned like that. So but the rest of it, it's just like it was weird. The way the house was burned, it was really suspicious to me. I was like, this is really good, really bad. Like somebody went and burned the wall just like with torch or something. It was weird,
It was
weird.
a weird one because as you see, like the studs and all the trousers, they're like in perfect shape. But if you see the door, it's like all smoky. So everywhere was like that. Everywhere was like that. Like all the walls, everything was just black. It was kind of interesting because some things that were melted, some things weren't. So we're like, okay, whatever. I mean, it's still a burnt house. We had to get it. We have to get all the way to the studs, get the old insulation out and stuff. Because usually we saw another house that was burnt and everything was burnt. Like all the trusses were all burned. Half of the ceiling was all in the floor. And that's like a normal burn. But this one, it's kind of like good look for us, because it's not like so much to do right now. We had the city, we were working with the city to, like to keep an area, to get a permit and everything. And it came to see it. There's like, there's no fire damage. There's everything is just you can go ahead and start working on it, so it's pretty cool.
So this right here, it was right here, it was the kitchen, and the bathroom was right here, and it was one room, really bad, really like a weird shape. The whole thing, it was only one room, and that here was the closet right here. So now we're gonna turn it into 2 bedrooms. Right here, it's gonna be the first bedroom, is gonna be right here, and the second one is gonna be right here. So we're gonna make it 2. I think before it was 2 bedrooms right upstairs, and somebody make it 1 bedroom. Now we're gonna make it back 2 bedrooms upstairs, and kitchen, living room, of course. And so yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this house. Then after when I was under contract with this house, I called the city because the paper on the door from the city, I called the city to find about the house, to find out what's going with the house. And when I called the city, and they told me this house was a meth house, and I was like, what? So I called my wholesaler and I asked him, like, do you know this house was a meth house? And he was like, no way, no, I didn't know. So the fires start right here. Originally, right here, it was a burn stove right here. So it was a heater. It has a heater, right? And for me, it was like a burn stove, like a really heavy old one. It was right here, sitting right here on they made a cement pad right here. So the burn start right here. The fire start right here. So you can see a little bit right here. So this is a little bit more damage than up. The inspector from the city say it's still good. There's nothing happened to it. The only thing they recommend is painted with that one kind of paint that to cover the charcoal, whatever you call these things, that it got a little bit. So there's a part, as you can see, the whole structure of the house, there's nothing, only that part. So nothing else. You can, and whole thing, there's nothing else was burned. So this was right here. And because we bought it like this. I don't know how long this house was abandoned, so nobody was living here. I mean, there were homeless people living here, no like, I don't know how to say that, not owners, you know, what's going on, really long story, what to believe. This is
Ines,
what room.
Ines,
Yes,
you guys are
yes.
really, you're freezing up a lot and we're losing a lot of your audio.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The signal's not real good down there in the basement. Just thought I'd mention that to you.
Okay, can you just lift the phone? They have a really, yeah, maybe you can do that, and just because they say it's freezing a lot, and
Okay.
yeah,
We're in the basement.
yeah, because we're in the basement. I'm sorry, guys. You can ask questions when we go upstairs. So I just show you really quick right here. So this was one room, and a really good shared closet right here. But now we're gonna turn this downstairs. We're gonna everything right here, because this is just like, it doesn't make sense right here. So we're gonna redesign everything, and we're gonna have two rooms right here, one room this side and another room the other side. And since we took everything, so now the new furnace is gonna be really close to that wall right there, and the bathroom's still gonna stay in the same place, laundry, and this is gonna be the same room. And the city asked us to open those egress window downstairs. But then we're just gonna keep that. It's gonna be 3 rooms downstairs, living room, bathroom right here, and upstairs it's gonna be 2 rooms. So it's gonna be now 5 now. It's to be only 3-2. No, yeah, 3-2.
Okay.
No, it's gonna be
We'll have you, Inez, we'll have you repeat that when you get back upstairs.
okay.
So when
can
you
you hear me
purchased,
better?
yeah, we can hear you. So
Uh-huh.
when you acquired the property, how many bedrooms and bathrooms was it when you acquired it?
3.
3 bedrooms and how many bathrooms?
1. I mean 2. It says 2, but 1 it wasn't function at all. And even the upstairs one, there's no water, there's no light in the house
Okay.
for about,
So
I think that's it.
So it was like it was appraised or on the auditor side for 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And when you guys get done, what will it be?
It's gonna be 5-2.
It's going to be 5 bedrooms. So you're adding a lot of value by adding a couple bedrooms.
Yes, it's gonna be 5. Yeah, it's gonna be 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, because right here in the upstairs it's gonna be 2 rooms, and downstairs it's gonna be 3 rooms, which is this is a big property. So, and somebody told me yesterday, you can even add a kitchen in the basement. Like, yeah, I'm gonna thought about it, but not in my plans right now. But it has really good size property.
So we caught a lot of the discussion about the firehouse, and I'm very familiar with that. I've done multiple firehouses. I've done them where they just had minor damage. I've had them where I've had to completely demo the house all the way down. I know a lot of investors will not even get involved in a house that has any fire in it. And so you guys obviously took a task on, and you did mention that the city had told you that it was a meth house. Is that what you
Yes,
said?
and that's what I said. That's when I called the city. I asked them what's going on with the house, because I knew it was a burn house. But and they told me, yeah, but it's not for the burn that we had this paper on that. It's because the meth. And she told me, I just went 15 days ago, which was last month on the 15th. So I just was there on the 15th, the last time I took people out of the house. I kicked the people who was living in there out of the house, told them not to come back again. So, and I was like, So yeah, and she told me, so you cannot go inside the house until you clean it. And like, okay. And I talked to my wholesaler and I got another discount. And I got another discount on the house.
Square footage, you're asking. How big is it?
So you were able
So
to go
how
back
big
and
is
you were able to go
yeah.
back to your wholesaler and renegotiate a lower price because of
Yes.
what you found out. And before we get to square footage, you said the city had you treat or clean the house. So did you have to have a company come in, or were you guys able to treat it where the city would be happy with it?
This is what I knowledge is power, right? And applying knowledge is how do they say? Knowledge is power, but applying it is the best part, right? So because the knowledge that I got with the community, it's really, it helps you to be resourceful. When I call the city and they say they was mad and I cannot go in, I call my wholesaler and renegotiate that price. And I start calling med companies in the valley. I call a lot of them because there's so many. So I call a few of them and I asked them for an estimate to come and clean the meth, and they told me how high it was, and I told them. Uh, and then um, and then I found this. I had another member from the community who had a med house, and he said, "Okay, I have this guy. He's recommended me these guys." He came to see the house, and he told me, what is your plan in the house? Like, I want to take everything because we're gonna take everything, like flooring, carpeting, the sheetrock, and I just gonna leave that. I'm gonna take the ceiling, everything, the windows, because the windows are broken. So they were broken. So I gonna take everything. I'm gonna just leave the house with the framing things. And he's like, okay, you're taking everything. And he asked me like, I can clean the how do you call the ducts that goes from the HVAC. He's like, I'm gonna clean the HVAC and the whole system. I can clean it. And like there's somebody just trying to pull it, and they cut the wires and cut everything. Like, I think I'm gonna take it off and so bring a new one. And he was like, okay, there's nothing to clean then. Why do you guys go do the demolition? And I just gonna, and he started with a permit with the city, with the Department of Health. He's in charge of everything, but he didn't do anything. We hire people who do the demo in here. So we did it.
Fantastic. Yeah, there was a question about square footage. So how much square footage will you have when you're done?
18.
1,800 square feet. That's up and down, both the first floor and the basement?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. So let's see if we have any other questions here. Nope, we're doing well. And so you were able to analyze this. You were able to get it to a point where you were able to get everything down to the studs. You found that most of all I saw downstairs, there was a little bit more damage down there, but you had the city come out and inspect it. They're requiring you that that you coat those floor joists and that those areas that have the black on it with a particular type of I won't call it a paint, but it's a particular type of product that coats that and seals that in. And so how, like when you started this project, how many months did you budget to do this project?
And every single project that I done, when I do my numbers, I do it for 6 months. No matter how long it takes me, it's gonna take me less than 6 months, but I always do it for 6 months. That's how I learned to do it. I budget for 6 months, but I don't think we're gonna do the 6 months because this is gonna be an easy project, not an easy, but like a normal one, because since we took everything, we don't have to fix things. We're gonna start doing like a new house, new construction, pretty much.
So you're gonna, if I understand correctly, all your electrical, all your plumbing, everything's gonna be new.
Yeah, HVAC is gonna be, yes, and the mechanic thing, everything is gonna be new. Alta efficient, that's got a high efficient, that's what they call it. We're gonna do the high efficient system for the heater and the air conditioner in the house. Yes, everything's gonna be new. New plumbing, new electric, new, yeah, everything. New windows, new everything. As you can see now, it's just we can redesign the inside. Yeah.
So how long have you been on this project so far? So are you been on it a few weeks, a month?
A month. We've been
You've
on
been
a
on it a
month
month.
because, yeah, we're waiting for the city permit. They've been really good. They're really fast. But back and forth with a med department, with a med person, and to change a few things with the city in order for me to do it to with the people that I know, to hire people to do it that way I want. And so, yeah, it's been a month right now, but it's still like, it's still a good time.
Well, fabulous. So Tanisha's asking how much did you pay for, what the ARV is. We'll get to the numbers here in just a minute, Tanisha, and we'll go over all that. So when you acquired this property, did you use your own money to acquire the property?
No, I didn't have I didn't put my money, no $1 in this property. I have another property that I put some money on it. It's in Salt Lake City, and it's a downtown Salt Lake City, but this one I didn't put any money on it, $0. I have another 2 properties that they just hit the market. Actually 3 properties that just hit the market, and none of them has my own money on it, no $1. This property, I have no single penny on this property.
So are you using other people's money, like private lenders? Are you using hard money loans?
I use both. I use hard money loan and I use private lenders.
Awesome. So, that's, I'm sure you're just like me when I'm go through my daily life and I'm out and about and I stop at Home Depot or I go to the grocery store or stop at a gas, I talk to a lot of people, and, the conversation a lot of times comes up what I do, what they do. And a lot of times when people hear that I'm a real estate investor, they're like, oh, I've always wanted to be a real estate investor, but I don't have any money. I don't have any credit. I can't do real estate investing. And I'm sure you've heard the same thing. And how do you address that when you meet people? How do you talk to them, or how do you explain to them how you got started and how you're doing deals without using your money? How do you talk about that?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. When I go out, when I talk to people, when I talk to my friends, when I yeah, they will. Sometimes I do video lives on Facebook, and they call me like, "How do you do that? Are you selling houses?" And like, "Are you an agent?" And like, "No, I'm not an agent. I am an investor. I buy houses." And so, and they say, "How do you do that?" Like, and I told them like, "Well, this is a community investor that you can join, and we help each other to find the resource and everything." So yeah, I have my accountant who invests on this property. He's my private. I was interviewing people to do my taxes because it's really hard to find a good accountant who knows what are they doing. So I was interviewing my accountant, and I was talking to him. As you say, people ask you, what do you do? And so, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, how do you do those investing? How do you get the money? Is that your money? How much money do you have? You rich?" And like, and I told him, "No, it's not my money." And he was like, he was just very curious, asking me like, "How did you do that? How did you get the money? How much interest did you pay?" And blah blah. And talking to him, and he told me, "Do you know what? I have money. Like, when you need money, just let me know. I can borrow you money." And like, and I asked him, "How much interest do you want?" And he's like, "I don't know." And I told him, "I can pay you this interest." Like, really? And he's like, "Yes, I'm in." So this is my second deal that he's lending on this property. So yeah, I told them to come and see our community, and so to see what do we do. If there's something they like, so they're welcome to join the community to build that community or investor that we're building. If not, just they can be if they have money, they can be a private lender. if they don't want to,
That's
they're not their time. So
that is awesome. That is awesome. And just by relationships, you know what that boils down to is you built a relationship with this individual who you were interviewing to do your taxes, and that ended up turning out to be where they were became one of your private lenders. And
exactly.
that is such a great story. I love hearing that because there's so many of those around our community of people they've met, whether it's their architect or whether it's one of their contractors. You know, we had one individual that had an electric company that did a lot of their jobs, and the owner of the electrical company was like, you know, I'm just curious. I own this electrical company, but I've always wanted to learn about real estate investing. And I see you guys, all these people doing this. And then the owner electrical company ended up being this individual's private lender. So that's just really neat, Ines and Neffy. So let's go ahead and see if we're about 11:38. We're almost 20 minutes to the hour. Let's go ahead and bring up some numbers because everybody's always excited to see numbers because this business is truly about the numbers. And
Yes.
this business, we say it all the time, and a lot of people who are not in the business don't quite understand it until they get more knowledgeable. But you make your money when you buy the property at acquisition. If you buy it right, you position yourself to make a profit on the deal. So let's go over the numbers. I'll bring up a screen right now. Go ahead and turn your screen off.
Okay.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Do you see the numbers?
Yes, I see the numbers.
Okay, so everybody heard, you know, how you acquired the property. You're there in Salt Lake City. You bought it through a wholesaler. You were able to renegotiate the purchase price. You ended up acquiring. Go ahead and go through these numbers if you would.
Yeah, I purchased this property for $240, and this is how we close the deal. When I talked to my wholesaler, this is who get under contract with $240, and they didn't want to change it at a title company, so the real price it was $235.
Okay, so
Anyways, but I put
yeah, go ahead.
the renegotiation was $5K down. So but he said we're really late because we went and talked to a friend who referred him this friend who owned the house, and so they have to go to 2-3 people before to get hitting the owner. And he was like, do you know what, we're gonna hit you 5K down. And like, would that be good? And I was like, yes, that would be great. So, but he said, we're gonna give it to a check when we close. After we close, we can give you a check because we don't want to change anything with the title company and do all those things. And that's what they did. But the original price, it was $235, but since this is where the papers say, I put it through, according to the paper, $240.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and talk about your other costs there.
So the rehab price to rehab this property is gonna be $70, but I put 75 just in case other things comes up without not me knowledge. But I know everything what's gonna go on about the prices went up, so I doing 75 to redone this property. So my holding cost is gonna be, which is gonna be the bills, the insurance, electrical stuff, gas, all those things that you pay monthly, that's the holding cost. And I put it 5,000 for 6 months. All these numbers is, I did it for 6 months, everything. So money cost is gonna be 18,800, and my closing cost is gonna be 19,600. And my after repair value is gonna be 400K. It can go higher than that, but I don't want to put it higher than that because the market right now. So that's gonna be my price, and guess what? I already have my buyer on this property, which is gonna be my accountant who lent money on this property. He told me, when you're done with a property, please don't sell it to anybody. I want to buy it. I already have renter who wants to rent it. So I want to buy that property. How much are you gonna list it? And I told him maybe 400. Like, okay, it's my house. Sell it to me when you're done. So we'll see.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. And
That's
so
awesome.
it is. So since this is really, you cannot find deals like this on that market right now. It's gonna go, maybe you can find later on, but it's going pointing that way right now. But right now, buying this house for 240, I haven't seen something like this before, like really weird.
Yeah. So you're, again, for everybody that's on today, Inez and Effie, they're in the Salt Lake City area. And, every market, every, state, the pricing here is different than Salt Lake City. So like that particular property that you acquired there would be quite a bit lower here because of the differences of cost of living and cost of real estate and things like that. So some people might look at this and say, wow, $240,000, that's a lot of money to pay. But like you just said, compared to what else is going on in the market, this is like a really good deal.
Yes, exactly. Like I tried to purchase a property about 4 months ago in North California, and I gonna purchase it for 175. So everywhere, every city is, the market is different. So, but the owner ended up not selling it to me. So after all, he say no. But he changed his mind. But yeah, different markets, different. So I tried to buy a couple one in Nevada for cheaper too. So yeah, it's different.
Daniel made a great comment. He said, wow, from making 20K a year as a teacher to doubling that on one deal.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Last year we make 54K on one deal for 4 months in Tuela City, about 45 minutes away from here. So it was what my husband and I used to make the whole year.
If you want to go ahead and turn your camera back on, you can.
Okay.
There you are. Okay, fantastic. We got you now again.
Yes, so.
Yep, we got you up. So Inez, this is really, what a great property to share with everybody. I mean, again, starting from the beginning, the fact that when you saw the house, it had fire damage, as you indicated, and I have seen personal experience. A lot of people that come across deals like that don't even want to look at them because they find that it's too challenging. But the fact that it was so distressed was really exciting for you because you were able to get it at a really good price.
Exactly.
And
yes.
Yes, and absolutely. So, one of the things I'm curious about is like in that area where you're at, is 5 bedrooms, is that something that's very common, or will you be a property that has more bedrooms than most houses in that area?
We have everything. We have everything. We have we have everything. There's I guess in this area it's kind of normal. You can find a few houses around that they have only 2 bedrooms, small houses. Mostly downtown they have smaller houses and higher price, but in this area it's kind of common, it's kind of normal.
Gotcha. Yeah, see, here's a comment from somebody named Samsung in the Washington, D.C. market. A property like that with 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, it'd be, and a full renovation would be more like 700,000. So
Wow.
again, perfect point what you said earlier. Every market's different. That's why You got to understand your market. You got to do comparison market analysis. You got to see what properties are selling for in that area, and they got to be like models. And well, this has been awesome, guys. This is really neat. I can't wait. I'm hoping that you guys will come back to us, here in 5 months or so, 4 months or whatever, and let us see the property when it's done.
That would be awesome. I will just be in contact with you and let you know when we're done with the property, and we can do another house tour when
Oh
we're
my
done
gosh,
with the
that would be
property.
great.
So you can see right now how it looks like right now and when we're done with it.
That's awesome. So, to kind of wrap up, we're about 10 minutes till the hour. I want to let everybody know that's on. If you're a guest today and you want to learn more about a lot of the things that Ines has been talking about, about the community and the support and the education, right after our property tour today, starting about 5 after the top of the hour, we actually have another Zoom that you can connect to. It's a different link, so you'll need to get back to invited. That'll give you more of an introduction into our community, and it'll expand on a lot of what Ines was talking about. And so get back to invited you, and they can get you that link, and you can join, and you can learn more about our community. And Ines, so again, to kind of wrap things up, is there anything that you would like to share with people online about getting started? Because remember, there's a lot of people on that are guests today, and there are also people on that maybe just got started with our community that have never done a deal. They haven't done their first real estate deal. What would you tell them? What would be, some kind of words of advice or anything that you would like to share with people in getting started?
Well, just like when I start in this community, I was like, I wasn't sure if I was able to make a deal or to do these things. But after starting my classes and hooked to the community, so that motivates you. So if you just started, don't stop going to this community meeting that we have, wherever you located. We have Zoom meetings too. If there's no community, wherever you guys are, we have Zoom meetings, we have classes, we have support, we have everything. So just start in the classes and start making offers. You can find deals anywhere in the MLS, wholesaling. There's a lot of ways, foreclosures. So there's so many different ways how to find deals. I found so many deals at the MLS with an agent. So I have a few agents that I work with, or they work with me, however you want to phrase that. But if I can do it, you can do it. You guys, maybe you can see my English is not that great, but it's my English is my third language. My first language is in dialect. My second language is Spanish, and my third language is English. So if I can do it, guess what? You can do it. And the money is not an issue. It's just a tool that you use however you want to use it. So yes.
Oh, that was awesome. Well, we really appreciate you guys. This has been an awesome property tour, and I am extremely excited. Actually, I'm going to put a note in my calendar on my phone to reach out to you in about 4 months. And I'll be following you on Facebook, but I'm going to reach out to you, and so we can get this scheduled so everybody can see how this project turned out. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, that would be great. Yes, I would love to do that too. Yes, I'm gonna let you know too. If you don't call me, I'm gonna call you when I'm done with that property, and I say I'm ready for the next house tour.
That's awesome. Neffy, is there anything you want to mention to the group before the folks that are on today, before we wrap up? We got just a couple minutes here.
The only thing that really comes out is that anything is possible. We live in a country that gives you this opportunity to grow. The only thing you're missing is just the knowledge and the opportunity to apply that knowledge. Because before, like Ines was saying, that we just have regular jobs and just kind of like the rat race. You're just gonna I always call it the final countdown when I get my check and then use it until it's gone. And every time you have to go to work and get another check, you know. But with this, they give you so much peace, tranquility of
Peace of
freedom of
mind.
peace of mind of economy. You know, your I guess my bank account is no more. It's not like a final countdown thing no more. I can actually see, okay, we're fine. Like, we're working hard because it's not easy, but it's something that is doable, and it gives you so much freedom. It gives you so much be able to do everything you can, everything you want, and as long as you do the hard work and the learning part, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Those were great words. Thank you, Neffy. Well, guys, thank you very much. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. That's just next week, and has a good Thanksgiving weekend. Just remind everybody we won't be on Saturday. We're going to take that day off and let everybody focus on family and friends and the holiday itself and giving thanks. And we'll be back the Saturday after that, which I believe is December 3rd. And we'll be coming, I believe we'll be coming from the DC market with a deal. One of our community members out there can't wait to share that. I may be wrong. It might be New York, but guys, have a great weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving, and thank you everybody for joining us. Ines, Neffy, thank you very much, and we'll be in touch soon. Okay.
All right.
Thank you guys and
Thank
have
you,
a
guys.
happy holidays. And somebody asked the last question. If I listen the classes in English or in Spanish, I do it in English. I don't like that. My husband hates when the translator, any movie, anything that they translate the original language, we like to listen to all these classes in English. I haven't even looked at the Spanish one. So
It just is, you know, you compare your translation to somebody else's. So it's like that he didn't say that.
But just for folks on, we do have the classes in Spanish.
Yeah,
And,
yes,
Spanish.
they have a translated. They have a subtitles in Spanish.
Well, that's just
Yep.
you know, that's my personal view on translation.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a great weekend, and everybody on, you guys have a great weekend and a blessed Thanksgiving. Thank you very
All
much.
right, you too, man.
Bye.
Bye bye.